Good morning and happy Tuesday. Another beautiful day here in southeastern Massachusetts. And I've got my spring clothes on. As you can tell, I'm a little bit red. I've been doing some indoor tanning, so a little cheating going on, but preparing myself for the summer. Plus it feels good. I don't know, I feel good when I do it. So, today I want to talk about a couple of things. Discipline, goal setting, planning. One of the things I've talked about in my videos before is having something to look forward to. So planning things, and they don't have to be anything major, but just something to look forward to. And I've done past couple of weeks, meeting up with old friends. I look forward to my Saturdays with my grandson. This Friday, I also look forward to my Friday self-care, but this Friday is going to be a little bit different. So this Friday I have plans to do it's like a social gathering for singles or something. So I'm going to meet a bunch of strangers, and we're going to go for a moonlit hike or walk along the canal or something. I don't know. Something different, something new. Try it out. Maybe I'll meet some good people. I'll be outside. Hopefully the weather's nice. I'm really hoping it would be nice out this Friday. And I'm looking forward to it. Something different, like I said. As far as like discipline, so I've been listening to my Tony Robbins motivational, what is it called? It's not cutting edge, something edge. It's like taking your power back and stuff, and being disciplined is part of that. So one of the things that I've disciplined myself with is, with school and whatnot, I have to schedule a certain amount of hours for homework and classwork, and I have my weekly schedule. I divide it up so I know every day exactly what I'm doing so that I can keep on task. And sometimes it's difficult. Like last night I was tired. I worked a lot on one of my projects, and I had some reading to do. I'm kind of like ahead on my reading, so I could have just foregone the reading and said, you know what, I'll just save it for whenever. I'm like, yeah, but I'm going out Friday night, so I don't want to have to do any homework on Friday. And I don't get a lot done on Saturdays now that I have my grandson. So the reasons why I like to get ahead is because I have that flexibility to do that. So I said, you know what, just do it. You'll be glad you did. You'll feel better for it. And so I did, and that's exactly what happened. I knocked it out, and I feel better for it, and I'm still on track. I'm a little bit ahead of schedule, which is where I want to be, and so I don't fall behind, and I can enjoy myself this weekend. I also have disciplined myself to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And originally when I started that, it was because I was working on my business project for an hour every morning. So before, I do my morning meditation, and then before I start getting ready for work, I would spend an hour working on, I was writing my book, on my blogs, or, I'd mix it up every morning. I would do something a little bit different in regards to my business. And I've since put that on hold. But I don't want to get out of the habit of waking up early in the morning, so I actually do some work, either classwork or, like I said, yesterday I was brainstorming. I'm sorry, I got my nose ringing. I'm not picking my nose, I swear to God. Not that I don't, but I wouldn't do it on camera, I would hope. Just kidding. So Now I lost track. So I have been brainstorming some new ideas and some new approaches to my business. I had put it aside for a while because I was getting overwhelmed, and I think part of that was emotionally, the relationship that I was in, and then it ended. And so a lot of stuff was happening with the new job and whatnot, and I put it on hold. And I'm not going full force back into it right now, but I want to keep up, like I said, that discipline of waking up early in the morning, and so I'm working on little ideas and brainstorming and just trying to figure out a new direction, a new approach to my online courses, and maybe even doing another book. Just some ideas. I also kind of was thinking about opening up a treatment center, a more holistic treatment center with food and exercise, acupressure or acupuncture, one of the two or both, yoga, that kind of stuff, for recovering alcoholics and addicts, and maybe even mental health as well. Just something I'm just like throwing around ideas and writing them down just to see. Who knows? You never know if opportunity arises or if I want to go in that direction. But keeping discipline as far as eating has been challenging for me. So I've actually been pretty good with the wheat. It's almost been 90 days since I've been on this no-wheat, gluten-free diet. And I can't say that I haven't eaten any wheat or anything with gluten in the 90 days. There's been some cheap moments, but they've been moments, and I haven't totally tossed out the diet just because of those cheap moments, so I'm really proud of that. And just trying to really focus on, eating healthier, eating more vegetables, particularly fruits and vegetables, but mostly mostly vegetables. Eating more fish. So I'm having like some type of fish at least twice a week, usually salmon, because I like salmon, and I don't like a lot of fish, so it's difficult. So anyway, and it's easy to make. So I'm trying to do that. My thing now is, though, I've tried a couple of times to do like a detox, where I don't eat anything, or I eat very minimal. One time that I did it pretty successful, I lasted 2.5 days. And there's some people that do it for like a week. So it's crazy. I mean, I was trying to do it for 3 days. I couldn't even last for 3 days. And so I said, okay, well, let me try restricting my calories, because there's a lot of health benefits for that, and kind of like cleansing your system and rebooting your metabolism. So calorie restriction. And I was counting my calories the past few days, and I don't feel like I'm not eating a lot of junk food. I'm eating all healthy stuff. I am coming up with new inventive ways to have desserts that are sugar-free and gluten-free, but they're not calorie-free. And so I'm still not able to get my calorie intake down to where I wanted it to be for the reduction. And I'm struggling with that. And listening to the Tony Robbins CD, he talks about what motivates us. And there's usually two things. It's either pain or pleasure. Either we're trying to avoid pain or we're trying to get more pleasure. And for most people, avoiding pain is a greater motivator. And he gives it an example of, you may be motivated to save money, but you're probably more motivated to protect your money or protect your savings. That's why we have a whole industry based on security systems and locks and safes and all that stuff, and even banks. If not, we put our money under the mattress. In fact, we'd probably get just as much interest at this point doing that. But for security reasons, we have, the federal backs up insurance-wise, supposedly, our money in the bank. But anyway, so we try to avoid pain. And a lot of times what happens when I'm going to eat that extra snack or eat it all in between meals or whatever, I say to myself, well, it's good for me, or I'll just work it off, or you know what, I'm going to be 50 years old, I'm never going to look like that 20-year-old version of me again anyway. Might as well enjoy myself. And so I rationalize, and instead of I link pleasure to the whatever it is I'm going to eat, usually chocolate, and pain for not eating it. Like I'm denying myself, you know, and I should be enjoying myself at this age. Or going without, I'm going to feel hungry, or I'm not going to stop thinking about it until I eat it, or whatever. Whatever goes through my head at the time. But it's just funny. So I'm trying to get disciplined in thinking and restricting my calorie intake. And I'm trying to apply what I already do well at as far as discipline to it. And it's just very challenging for me right now. So one of the reasons why I want to reduce my calorie intake also is because I'm not overweight. I don't think I've ever been overweight in my life. I'm very fortunate, and I'm very grateful for that. I haven't had that issue. I've had enough with substance abuse. I don't need it with food, or maybe I do have a problem with food. I just don't. I carry it well. Anyway, but I've always had, I've called it like a mama's pouch. Even before I had kids, I've always had this little pot belly. And even when I was a personal trainer and I worked out like 3 or 4 times a day, and I was doing taekwondo and teaching 3 classes and all this stuff, I always had, it was small, but I always had this little pot belly. And I've always been like, how do I get rid of that, right? And like now I've lost, due to the gluten-free diet, I think I lost like between 10 and 15 pounds. I'm not sure because I didn't really weigh myself. I didn't have a scale at the beginning, but I've definitely lost at least 10 pounds. I'm not trying, just reducing those carbohydrates, those type of carbohydrates and sugar. So, but I still have that pouch. And, you know, they talk about visceral fat being the most dangerous, and visceral fat is the fat that surrounds your organs. So fat around my stomach, and how dangerous it is. And I do have heart disease and diabetes in my family, so that's always been a concern. One of the reasons why I went on this gluten-free and sugar-free diet was because of those, and the link to Alzheimer's, which also runs in my family. So I'm trying to think now, maybe this calorie restriction is the way to go. So I definitely have some motivation with pain and pleasure around that. I guess I haven't linked it enough to it. I don't know. If you have any suggestions, please post them in the comments. I greatly appreciate it. But you know, if something fails, if something doesn't work out, then I try something different. And that's been my philosophy, and I really believe in that. And I think that's what's made me such a survivor, is the fact that I don't give up. I just get back on that horse and giddy up, girl. And so anyways, discipline, planning, and I forgot what was the third thing I was going to talk about, but what have you. I think I've talked long enough today. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day. Stay blessed. Stay grateful. Remember to let the people that you love know that you love them. I sent out a text to my dad last night, finally. I've been wanting to do that for a while. And, you know, life is too short. You never know. You never know. And live your life enthusiastically. Live in the moment too. That's always important, you know. Enjoy the moment. Not always When I say planning, it's and having something to look forward to. I'm not saying living for that. You can enjoy the moment too, but having something to look forward to is always can keep you motivated, can keep you feeling good about yourself, and give yourself some purpose. Anyway, enough out of me. Have a great day, guys, and as always,